Welcome to Afrik-Archive with Jadesola, the channel where Africa's untold political stories breathe again. Today, we journey into one of West Africa's most turbulent political battlegrounds, a tiny nation shaped by revolutionary fire, silenced by political betrayal, and shaken by endless coups, Guinea-Bissau. How did a country born from a glorious liberation struggle become trapped in a cycle of military takeovers? Let's go back to where it all began. Guinea-Bissau's story begins with a resistance, led by the iconic Amilcar Cabral, one of Africa's greatest revolutionaries. Under the Pajak movement, Cabral united farmers, students, and soldiers into a national liberation force powerful enough to challenge the Portuguese Empire. By 1973, independence was declared. The world celebrated. A new African nation was born. But just 1 year later, everything shattered. In 1974, Cabral's successor and half-brother, Luis Cabral, took leadership, but internal grievances grew. Ethnic tensions, accusations of favoritism, and frustration among PAA fighters created silent cracks beneath the government. On November 14, 1980, the military struck. João Bernardo Nino Vieira, once a loyal commander, led Guinea-Bissau's first coup d'etat. With the fall of Cabral's government, the nation entered a new era, one defined not by unity, but by soldiers ruling from the shadows. Nino Vieira ruled for nearly 2 decades, but peace never settled. Coup attempts rose like seasonal rain. 1983, 1985, 1993, and more. Politicians and soldiers battled for power, while poverty deepened and public trust dissolved. In 1998, a mutiny led by Ansuman Mane erupted into a brutal civil war. The capital, Bissau, became a battlefield. Thousands fled. The economy collapsed. In 1999, Vieira was overthrown, the cycle repeating once again. The early 2000s did not bring the peace many hoped for. Guinea-Bissau became a hotspot for international drug cartels, turning the military into key players in trafficking routes between Latin America and Europe. Politics became dangerous. Presidents were removed, prime ministers dismissed, army chiefs assassinated. In 2009, former President Vieira was killed in a retaliatory attack just hours after the assassination of the country's army chief. It was clear in Guinea-Bissau power was never safe. In 2012, as the nation prepared for an election runoff, the military intervened again. Soldiers stormed government buildings, arrested leaders, and took control of the capital. The coup was condemned internationally. ECOWAS deployed peacekeepers, but for ordinary Bissau Guineans, it was the same story repeating, promises of democracy swallowed by the silence of gunfire. On February 1st, 2022, President Umaro Sissoco Embalo narrowly survived a violent attack on the government palace. Gunfire thundered across Bissau for hours. By the end, several people were killed. The president called it a coup attempt linked to drug traffickers. Guinea-Bissau had once again walked to the edge of political collapse. And yet, the story does not end there. On 26 November 2025, as the country awaited the official results of a closely contested presidential election, soldiers of the High Military Command for the Restoration of National Security and Public Order seized power in a swift coup d'etat. Both the sitting president, Umaro Sissoco Embalo, and opposition candidates claimed victory. But gunfire erupted near the presidential palace and election headquarters. the military announced they had taken total control, suspended the electoral process, closed borders, imposed curfews, and detained senior officials. Early the next day, the army installed former Army Chief Porta Inta Anaman as transitional president. A one-year junta was established to govern while political uncertainty gripped the nation. The coup was condemned globally. The African Union and regional bloc ECO suspended Guinea-Bissau from participation, denouncing the overthrow as a violation of democratic norms. Once again, a nation's hopes for democracy dissolved into the roar of rifles and the cold order of military rule. From revolution to relentless instability, Guinea-Bissau remains one of Africa's most coup-prone nations. Yet within its people lies remarkable resilience, a hope that someday their homeland will break free from the cycle of military rule. Thank you for watching Afrik-Archive with Jadesola. If you love African history, political stories, and deep dive narratives, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this documentary. See you in the next archive.